Right, we are back at Coventry Motofest. Not as hot as it was last year, but I think it's about 13 degrees, but it's going to be a nice weekend, so no rain forecast at all. We've just done, I think it was a 75.9 in practice, and my best time last year was a 75.2, I think, something like that. So about 3/4 of a second off, which for practice is amazing. Now the course, it's a temporary course, so it's not identical, although they try and do it the best they can, the organisers. The first chicane is a lot tighter. I was sideways in practice, nearly hit the barriers, but the rest of the chicanes don't seem as tight. So I think overall, if I had to say, it's probably slightly easier, hence why we were only a second off in practice. But let's see how the first timed run goes. Let's see if we can beat last year's time, which would be amazing really, and then anything else is a bonus. I think we've got 6 or 7 in the class. Because we have to keep going round, we're not allowed back to the paddock until dinner. I can't see how everybody's done, so I've got no idea. I think I am leading, I think, from what people have said. But yeah, let's try and keep this one nice and neat. Nail that first chicane. I've decided this year to go through most of it in third. When I looked at the footage from last year, I kept in second nearly all the way around and we're bouncing off the rev limiter, because compared to the previous day, changing up to third and back down to second, it saved me time. But I think leaving it in third is the way to go. I'm not stressing the engine as much, and most of the chicanes are about 50 miles an hour, which with the torque this car's got, is third gear's fine. Obviously in second you get that bit more punch out of the corner, but then you're on rev limiter. So I think third, with the torque we've got at 50 miles an hour, will be absolutely fine time wise. So we're just taking the first chicane down to second because it really is tight, and then the far end where you have 290 degrees to come back on yourself, we'll take that in second because that's really slow, but the rest of it I think we'll do in third and see what time we get. we have had lunch, we're back down for timed run number 2. I've completely forgot the order of the chicanes. I should have made a mental note. I know the first one's a lot sharper than you expect, but I've kind of forgot the next orders. So we're just going to have to tack them when we get to them and try and remember for the last run. So there should be this run and one more, which will be the last. So let's see if we can get into a 72. Big style. First chicane just so tight. Yeah, a bit slower. 73.9. But it all to play for on the last run. Messed that first chicane up. Big style. Need to brake a lot earlier. But we can go again. One last try. Right, final run, run 3. And this is the problem when you take your head out of the game and have some dinner and have some lunch and chill, that you forget about the track. So I'm going to have to watch the footage tonight, because we're back here tomorrow, and try and figure out which chicanes I can take quicker than others, because we went way too quick into that first chicane. I knew it was tight, but obviously forgot how tight it was. So on this one, we will try and brake a bit earlier to get a nice exit out of the first chicane and set us up to hopefully get a 72. It's not the end of the world if we don't, because we're back here all day tomorrow. So like I said, I need to review the footage and try and perfect the lines tomorrow and actually pay attention to where I'm going. But we'll tack this and see what we get. For another, no, the clutch fluid reservoir is 50% empty, or 50% full if you're optimistic. And now I'm losing clutch fluid slowly. Did on the last event as well. I have to keep topping it up, but luckily there's only this one run left, and then we can get home and top it up. So hopefully it doesn't stop on this run. Yeah, the tyres are doing all right. I still think, yeah, they're not there. They're still about a second off the others. I just can't get the power down out of the tight corners. It's just squirming still at rear end. I'm down to 26 psi now on the rears. 32, 33 on the front, and 26 I think on the rears. Still not rolling over, so maybe I could go lower, but it feels good. It feels good and the times are good, so we'll not risk completely upsetting the balance. We'll just concentrate on actually braking for that first chicane. the exact same time. Oh well. Certainly felt better. We'll analyse the footage and we will give it another crack tomorrow. So it's not took too much off the front bumper. We are back for day 2 at Coventry, and the weather now is very similar to last year. Glorious sun forecast all day, baking, so that should help the launches off the line. The best was a 2.7 yesterday. Seemed quicker in practice, but like I say, we have to come back round, so I don't know what it was, but we'll aim for a 2.5. Just done a 73.9 in practice, so best yesterday, 73 dead twice. Apparently they only applied one time penalty for hitting the barriers, which were me, but then somebody else said they got a penalty as well. So I think by the sounds of it, people got away with brushing the red and white barriers and some people didn't, but fortunately it made naff all difference to me because it was the exact same time as previous. So let's give it the beans on this one. We're aiming for a 72. 73 may be okay to start with, but let's try and get a 72. it's hot. That's the thing with 1B tyres, no matter how bad they are when it's cold compared to the AO52s, as the heat comes out, they all start levelling up to pretty much the same level, so definitely plenty of grip on that one. Again, I can give it more beans off the start line, still no wheel spin whatsoever, so we'll give it another 1000 revs. Right, we are back down for time run 2 after lunch. The first one got scrapped because we only managed to get half the field through, and there are very tight time restrictions here at Coventry. There's all kinds of things going on, so when your time's up you've got to be off. So we've scrapped run 2. This will be run 2. Let's see if we can get any improvement. It's a bonus anyway, because like I said, we ruined run 2 because of fuel starvation. There's literally none in the tank, so I've put 15 litres in, so we shouldn't have that issue anymore. I've been fed, so there's another kilo there. Back to 2.5 starts now as well. I'm tinkering around with the GoPro settings because it's really bright, and I know last year cameras struggle when it goes from like a dark car and dark tunnel to brightness, so I have changed the ISO, whatever the hell ISO is, to try and change that. More than that. Let's see what that one is. That was going some. What did we do? 71.7. Smidge over, sorry. 0.2 slower than earlier, but yeah, we're right on the limit there in a lot of places. Third and final timed run. Weather is glorious. So we've done a 71.5, 71.7. Can we do another 71? Can we do any better? I mean, we are all out, but you never know. Off. Get in. Every little counts, as they say. Whew, I don't think I could get it much more on the day. Happy with that, happy with 3 runs at 71 after yesterday's 3 runs at 73, so yeah, definitely makes a difference with the heat. The tyres, the launch, the grip were just that notch up from yesterday, and I could push the car right to the edge. So we should call it a day. Get ready for the next one, which I think is Kerber in 2 weeks. Let's pray for another hot day for that one.
Right, we are coming to the end of our day, but we'll keep on a bit longer. He's going to attempt possibly to completely destroy the tires. Good, here we go. It's the curve. He's going. He's doing his stuff. He's going to try and carry this burnout all the way to the other side of the tunnel.
Right, we've made it back from Coventry. Great weekend all in all. Fantastic weather on the Sunday. A bit overcast on the Saturday, but we're not going to moan about that. We got 2 first in classes, so again, great stuff, and decent times. The track, I think a lot would agree, was probably slightly easier than previous years. With it being a closed road, it's nigh on impossible to put the chicanes in the exact same place as every year, unless you've got some spray paint on the road, which would wear out anyway. So they try and do it the best they can, but obviously year to year it will change slightly. So I think some of the improvement in times from everybody was just due to the actual layout. But that being said, the car was really good. The tyres switched on the Sunday. Still not at the ultimate grip levels, but you know, good enough. You can tell the main difference is when I floor it out of a bend or out of a chicane. These just squirm a little bit. You've always got that bit of hesitation, but the warmer it gets and the stickier they get, you're probably at like 90% throttle now when it's sunny. Still not quite at 100 like the top tyres, but at 90%, so we're close. There's still probably a second on a long lap difference, but they're wearing really well as well, these 8009s. They are a superb all-round tyre, and they're not showing, I think I've done, 5 days now, or 6 days, and they're not showing any signs of degradation or anything, so yeah, top long-lasting tyre, but it's not the ultimate grip that we've said before. So I'm going to stop moaning about the tyres. They are what they are. We did time-wise on the Saturday. I did 3 at 73 point something, or 2 73 deads, and then a 73.9, I think. Last year's best, I did a few at 75 point something, so 2-second improvement. So some of that is kind of a natural improvement from just knowing the circuit to a degree, and some of it's from, like I said, it being, I think, the chicane's slightly easier in some degrees. I did analyse it compared to the previous year, and I think out of the 6 chicanes, 2 were slower and 4 were quicker. So overall, it's slightly easier. And then on the Sunday, we managed 3 times at 71. I think. I can't remember exactly, but yeah, we did a 71.5 to start with, then a 71.7, then a 71.4 to finish with. So it was good. I thought, like previous events, that my quickest time will have been the first time. It was looking that way, but managed to just eke every last bit out on that last run and shave a few hundredths off. There probably was another few tenths there, but not much more than that on the day in that car. I come away pretty happy. But yeah, I mean, I was flinging it into the chicanes. I changed the GoPro settings. I keep messing about with them, but I think I've got it right now, but it's too late. So I thought I'd change the ISO, which alters the brightness, because when it's a sunny day and you're inside a car, it's really bright on the road. You can't really see anything, which unfortunately was still the case this time, because I'd not changed the ISO. I'd changed the colour tone instead on the GoPro. Me not knowing all the settings and what they do, I just googled it and it said on bright days set the colour tone to 5500, so I did that thinking that was the ISO, but it wasn't. I don't even know what ISO is. So I've now changed the ISO to a maximum of 400, which is the maximum brightness I think the camera goes to. So it was set at 1600, which is the standard setting, but that is just way too bright. So hopefully in future it will be a bit better, a bit clearer, a bit more clarity on the pictures, not as bright. And then I've been changing with it. I've took stabilisation off, so on the Sunday runs I didn't have stabilisation on, so it should, in theory, and I think it does watching it like shakes about a bit to give me watching and everybody else a bit more sense of the car moving about and the bumps in the road, where before with stabilisation on it looks so smooth, it's like you're driving on a pristine circuit when you're not. A lot of these have got potholes and drain covers and, you know, odds and sods. So I think, yeah, it's better car footage with stabilisation off. So yeah, we'll see how we go moving forward, but we ended up with first in class both days, really good points for the Nottingham Championship and the Bart Championship, I think maximum points. And we have another Motofest class winner trophy to bring home, so that way round. There we go. So next one up is Kerbera in 2 weeks. We'll see how we get on there. Thank you.